Hey guys, Alex here. So today I'm going to show you 3 different ways to export your mixes in Pro Tools. So for example, I took this session, which is my audio logo session for the opening of my channel. So the standard way to export your mix is just you select the length that you want, because your bounce will always be just the length, the selection that you had. So since I'm printing it on 2 video file, I want it to be the exact same length. I'll just go here and I'll hit bounce to disk. Let's go. So we have here the output, which will be here. What you have on your master, that's what you want to stick with, unless you have other reason. But that's basically what will be bounce, the audio routing. Then you have some file type, so we'll stick with WAV. And you could put an MP3 in the same time. And then you have the format, which is kind of important to know what is what. So interleave is your left track and your right track, and they all go into one file. So that's basically the same thing as when you play a song and you have the left and the right in the same file. And then you have multiple monos. So your left track and your right track, they will go in separate files. So you'll end up with 2 files. And the other one is monosam. So your left track and your right track, they will go into one single file, but it will be just one track, and the 2 will be summed into this one. There is reason to do that, but when you do it, just make sure that you're not almost clipping onto your left and your right already. So when it merges together, it just like clip the hell out of your mix. So just make sure that it's okay. And then you have the bit depth. I'll stick to 24-bit because that's the depth that I did use on this session, and I'm not going to CD. I'm just exporting it to go to Adobe Premiere Pro, so I want to keep the best bit depth. But if you want to export your sound to go eventually on a CD, you want to use 16-bit and 44.1 kilohertz. And since I did everything here in 44.1, I'll stick to that. So let's go. We will use bounce, and we will put it offline, this one. So the only difference between offline and online is here. So when you click on offline, what it will do is just that it will not play your mix, it will just calculate everything. So let's see how it goes. There we go, it's done. And then I'll do that again, it's Control-Alt-B, and I'll go with online, and you'll see the difference. Okay, oh sorry, I did summed on the other one, so I'll do it again, offline, everything is okay, offline for the first one, yes, and then again with online, online, and now you will hear the actual mix. So the good thing about that is that you really know if what you did bounce, and like if there was something that was soloed or mute, it will affect what you bounce. So if you just have something soloed, it will just be that one that you will bounce. Yeah, you would hear it if you bounce it while online, but not while offline. So always listen to what you did bounce before sending it to anybody, just to make sure. And now I'll just import those 2 files to show you a little problem that we have here. So those 2 here, let's go, add files, done, session start. So cool, we have our 2 bounce mix. Here they are. Oh, I'll just mute that and mute that. I don't want to have 2 times the same effects on it. And that is the exact same thing. Okay. The problem in here is the end of my bounce. As you can see, it ends pretty abruptly, and it could even clip if it was louder at the end. And the reason for that, why it did that, is because I have first a reverb going on, so there's a tail of this reverb that's still going on in here. Even if I did faded everything and did cut everything right at the same point as this, as you can see. And the other problem is the latency that was induced by the processing. There is some ways to stop that from happening. The first one is just to do that like this, boop, here, So I'll just bounce my mix again. So I'll just, okay, so I did mute that. Bounce. Okay, so if I import it, okay, done, new track. So now this problem will be solved. As you can see, the end is not abrupt anymore and it will not clip. Okay, so there is another way to do that is, let's say I already print my mix and I don't have this session anymore. What I can do is just take this audio file, put a little fade, and then consolidate, Alt-Shift-3. So now it's consolidated and the audio file is printed into it. Now to export that one, I'll just go again, select it, and go into this little clip section and do export clip as file. And there we go. Export. And then if I try to import it, I will not, but oh yeah, I didn't choose the right place to go. Again, the same thing here, export clip as file, and it went to audio file, so just make sure that use current export. And now I'll just see that here, so it's here. And as you could see, there was some option, but I'll show you it more precisely because the last way to export your mixes is to print it directly into your session. So I'll just create 2 new tracks here. I want a Nox stereo and an audio track stereo. The first one will be called Bus Master, and the next one will be called Alexsound logo Oxprint. Okay, so here I am. I have my track, and what I want to make sure is that my end process, the one that was on to my master, just goes onto my aux. So here I go, and I will route everything into bus 2122. Here it will take bus 2122, and it will send it to bus 2324, which the audio track that record will be at. So here I am, and then you just have to do that, but my master doesn't work anymore, so I must do it again here, maybe like this, and record. So all my process and my master was done on this one, so that's the actual clip. The benefit of this method is if you have a really long session and keep crashing every time you print your mix, you can still work out a way with that. So let's say, yeah, it just stopped here. So I just begin a little before. But as you can know and see, there is a slight difference. Like if I just try to glue those two together, it won't do it. You know, there is like something happening because the reverb did not start process before, so it's not the same result here, and even the compressor and other stuff. So why you have to begin a little before, just that then you can take it just to here, let's say, and then you'll end up with the same exact place, and there won't be any clipping. So let's say just open that a little bit. It's the exact same place. So I will just consolidate that. And since I did it already here, I can see everything that's going on. So maybe I'll just go that like this. I'll click B here, fade. Okay. And I might want to do that here too, since maybe there is some little noise at the beginning. I don't know. And then consolidate. Here I am. So let's rename that. Print. Good. Now you have it. So you click here and do export clip. You have your wave, interleaved, bit depth, and 44.1. As you can see, you can have the QuickTime here. I don't really want to do that right now because I just keep it separated. So I will do that like this. Ooh, yes, sir. And the bonus option is when you bounce Quicktime. So it will be exactly the same thing as if I did the other way with here. You have the same option, and it will include video, same as source. You can replace the timecode, and there we go. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. See you.